Okay, hello everyone. Namaste. As we salute each other in yoga terms, okay? Which namaste simply means my divine self welcomes your divine self. We're acknowledging our connection. And this is going to be an offering I'm going to give, for free for a little while anyway. And just to give people a bit of an intro into yoga, why we practice yoga, okay? And what is yoga? And obviously yoga means union. And all the chickens that come in, they've heard we're doing yoga, they all want to come and do yoga here as well. And you can see the parrots are obviously saying something really important over there. Anyway, we've got the background of the river and the sound of nature all around us. And so it's a really beautiful environment to practice yoga, okay, which is union, the union of the opposites. So when we're not all going around doing our daily activities and being in action, and the opposite of action is inaction, right? So everything has an opposite. There's the black and there's the white. And yoga is, if done properly, is a perfect balance between the two. So even a simple stance like standing, you are working on this position, okay? So this is called the mountain pose, Tadasana, and it's the first pose and the last pose every time we do a pose. So we always come back to this point at the end of our poses so that you can see how it improves your posture, all right? Because it is all about improving your posture, because if you can work more efficiently with your posture, your body is going to be nice and relaxed, and you're going to be able to do all the things you need to do on a daily basis, all right? So, and the breathing, we focus on the breathing as well. So we get the breathing and we get the body connecting, and that way our mind calms down, okay? So the mind is connected with the posture. It's also connected with your breathing. So it's a way of getting around trying to control your thoughts. Just simply focus on what you're doing, and if you connect your breathing with what you're doing, then you're going to experience union, which is going beyond your thoughts, beyond your identification with your problems and everything else going on in your life, okay? And finally come back to who we really are, which is the force that is behind everything that we do, everything that we think, everything that we feel. There's a force that's moving through us that cannot be really defined. It's undefinable, and it's right now coursing through our bodies. Okay, so when you're doing this first pose called standing pose, Tadasana, mountain pose, okay, let's think about, first of all, your shoulders going, as you inhale, lift them up, and then take them back and down as you exhale. First connection with the breath. Have your feet parallel and touching each other. Okay, you can look at your feet, make sure you lift your toes and then place them down nice and spread, okay? Your heels should feel like they're pulling apart like that, so you're actually using your work in your heels, all right? Pushing them out, okay? And then you'll feel that down here in your lower back, you start to engage those muscles, right? And then all you have to do is bring the sacrum through. So now this is nice and solid. And your glutes are working, okay? So your glutes are tight. Keep moving your feet. So you can see how much work is happening there. And then from here, you stretch up. So as you inhale, bring your arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down. Now we're going to pause on the way up. And inhale. And hold your breath and stretch up through the fingertips. And exhale. And hold your breath just for a fraction before you inhale. Right up, stretch up, and exhale. Okay, now inhale and keep your hands up and exhale. And inhale, stretch up. And exhale and ground your heels into the mat or into the floor. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop your heels down a bit more. Okay, and now take hold of your left wrist with your right hand, and you're going to inhale and lift up, and as you exhale, you're going to bend over to your right side a little bit. And keep breathing, don't stop breathing here. And inhale, come back up. Take hold of the other, exhale and take hold of the other wrist. And inhale, lift up. And exhale over to the other side. Feel the stretch and keep breathing. How good does it feel, huh? And coming back up as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands back down. Okay, let's do it one more time in your own time. Okay, so inhaling, coming up. Take hold of the left wrist. Exhale. Over to the right side. Inhale, coming back up. Take hold of the right wrist. Exhale, over to the other side. Beautiful. And inhale, back up. And exhale, hands back down. Now we're starting to get a little bit warm. Now from here, we're going to do a second standing pose. You can walk your feet out, okay, to about 1 meter, okay, or you can jump your feet out. I'll show you how to jump them out later. Okay, so you want your feet to be pointing straight. Okay, so they're pointing straight ahead, and what we're going to do here is turn the left leg in, the left foot in 15 degrees, right foot out 90 degrees. So the right foot is pointing there now. Now if you have a look at your feet, the heel of your front foot, this will be your front leg, this will be your back leg, okay? The heel of your front foot should, if you extend a line from there, it should cut through the middle of your back foot. And that's how you know you've got the right alignment. Okay, so 15 degrees on the back foot and 90 degrees on the front foot. And from here, Trikonasana. We're just going to extend out and down to this position, okay? And you can stay here. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm touching my shin, my right shin, and I'm trying to twist from the hips, open up my chest and look towards the ceiling or look towards the sky, and keep breathing. And inhale, coming back up. Keep your arms at shoulder level. Now turn the other way. Okay, so now this foot becomes your front leg, that becomes your back. 15 degrees on the back. Okay, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, down onto the other side. You're going on the outside of your shin, if you can. If that's too hard, you can go on the inside. Okay, and just keep opening up the body. The work in here is your feet are working pretty hard still, trying to keep you balanced. Your hips are shifting, doing this work. Bottom hip is pushing towards me, towards the camera, and the top hip is pushing back. So the hips are opening in this position. And then you turn to look up at the ceiling or the sky. Keep breathing. And inhale, coming back up. And turn your feet facing to the front. And then you can walk or jump back to Tadasana. So for jumping, You bring your hands in, bend your knees, and you're back here. Okay, or you can walk. Depends how active you want to be working between poses, right? Okay, so the thing with yoga is you can do one pose and it's how long we can hold it for. Because the longer you hold the pose, you trigger a chemical in your bloodstream which is called relaxin. And so when you hold a pose for an extended period, that chemical, that hormone is basically then allows you to relax. It actually relaxes the muscles. So you have to go at least for a minute, okay, to get that feeling, right? So we're going to the next pose, and the same way as we jump back in, we're going to jump back out, or you can walk out onto this position, right? And then turn in once again, your left foot in 15 degrees, right foot out 90 degrees. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bend that front knee down. So now you're about 90 degrees and your knee is directly over your ankle, right? And from there, we're going to bring that right elbow to the knee. Take your top shoulder back. So you're really opening up the chest. You can press your elbow to your knee, okay? And then look up at the sky. You can stay in this position, or you can bring your top arm over your head, okay? Extended side angle pose. Okay, just stay here for another 30 seconds. Keep breathing. The work here is you want to, as much as you can, keep the weight even on both feet. So pushing back on that back foot, so you're working in the, so you're not letting the back foot just go lazy. And inhale, coming back up to center. Okay, now turn your back foot, other back foot in now, 15 degrees, and your left foot out 90 degrees. Again, facing towards, hips facing towards the front, not towards the front leg, but towards, straight from your hips. Arms out, bend that front knee down, 90 degrees, okay? Bring your hips down towards the floor, okay? Make sure you don't go past 90 degrees with that front shin, okay? Elbow to the knee, open up, top shoulder going back, and over the top if you like, and pressing down with your elbow against your knee, looking up towards the ceiling, and breathe. Another 10 seconds. And inhale, coming back up, and jump the legs back together. Check your standing pose. Is your posture improving? Are you feeling more freed up? Okay, and then inhale and back out again. This one, warrior pose. Turn your back foot 15 degrees. Front foot 90 degrees, okay? Hips squared towards the camera. Arms at shoulder height. Bend that front leg. As you exhale, come down on that front knee, 90 degrees. Even weight on both the back and the front feet. As you inhale, stretch up from the hips, up. Okay, shoulders down, looking straight to the middle finger of your right hand. Okay, make sure your body is lining up. Here comes the chickens. Say hello to the chickens. As you inhale, you're lifting up. As you exhale, you're dropping down. Dropping down. Dropping your hips down a little bit more. Opening up the hips more. Keep your body as vertical as you can. Warrior pose. Okay? Looking straight through that middle finger. Hold it for another 15 seconds. And inhale, coming back up. Hands on hips, turn to the other side. Once again, you can have a look at your feet alignment. The heel of the front foot should cut in through the middle of the back foot. So I'm going to move mine a little bit. Okay, hips square to the front, arms shoulder height. Exhale, bring that front knee down to 90 degrees. And make sure that your knee's not going over the ankle. Okay. First of all, facing towards the camera. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, dropping down. Keep breathing. Turn to look through the middle finger of your front hand. Even weight on both feet. And inhale, coming back up. And exhale, and then inhale and jump your feet back together. Getting nice and warm. Back into another warrior pose. It's all hip work, what we're doing. So jumping the feet out, not as wide as before. We're going to turn the back foot in 45 degrees. So now we're going to turn our hips towards that front leg. So it's squaring. Before I was like that, now I'm facing the front leg. Okay? And from there, you inhale, you take your arms up, and then as you exhale, drop that front knee down. Okay? Trying to keep the back heel down as much as possible. As you inhale, you stretch up through the fingertips. As you exhale, you drop that front hip down. Keep the back knee straight. Look up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. Another 30 seconds. So you're getting a back bend in here as well as working your legs really strongly. Inhaling, you're lifting up. Exhaling, you're dropping down. The yoga is not easy. Yeah, smile at the same time and inhale, coming back up. You can keep your arms up or you can let them rest. Hands on hips, turn to the other side. Back foot in 45 degrees. Okay, front foot 90 degrees. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop down. Turn to look at the sky. Stretch up with your fingertips. Stretch up from the lower ribs. And as you exhale, drop down a bit further into the lunge. Another 15 seconds. And inhaling, coming up, and exhaling, drop the hands, and you can jump the feet back in. Now, as a break from that, feet hip width apart, hands on hips, just stretch until you create a tabletop with your back. Push back on your hips, stretch your head forward, keep breathing, and then allow yourself to hang over your feet. Hang on to your elbows and just let yourself relax. As much as possible, you can have your knees bent if you like, and gradually straighten them out. And from that, we're going to go onto the floor on all fours. Okay. And first thing I want you to do here is just simply sit on your calves. Okay. Stretch your arms as far as you can in front of you. And then take your head towards the mat and let it rest there. And now you can take your knees out a little bit more so you get more of a stretch around the hips, and you can go as far down as you can. And just let it rest for another 30 seconds in there. Okay, so now we're back to all fours. The hands should be slightly in front of the shoulders, right? And your knees should be directly below the hips. Okay, tuck your toes under, and from there, you're going to push against your toes. You're going to bring your hips right up as high as you can. Okay, you can keep your heels off the ground and straighten up your knees. Push back on your thighs, push back on your legs. Okay, so you're working your legs back, and then let your head hang, keep your arms straight. Okay, feel the lift under the armpits. Relax your shoulders, let your head hang. The work in this pose, this is downward facing dog, famous downward facing dog. It's an amazing pose. You're upside down for a start, so you're getting some of the benefit of being upside down, which makes it easier for your heart, number one. So it's giving your heart a rest. You're getting this massive flow of blood to your head, which is also beneficial, right? Your brain needs a lot of blood as well. Okay, so there's lots of benefits in terms of helping you unwind and feel that union that we're looking for in yoga, which is so much why we do yoga, just to experience that. So just stay in this position and keep breathing. So the work here is you're pushing your feet back, right? Trying to bring the heels down, and you're also pushing your hands forward without without sliding off the mat. So you're pushing both of them at the same time. Your chest is going towards your knees. Your legs are pushing back. Okay, beautiful. And from there, I just want you to come onto this position, which is a sort of a push-up position. Okay, and you can stay there for a little bit, or you can come down and do a half push-up and stay here for 10 seconds. And then onto a Cobra pose, which you can do with your knees on the floor or off the floor. And then exhaling, inhaling, backing up to downward facing dog. And once again, coming onto this position. And then half push-up. And then upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Okay, now one more time onto the plank. And if you want, you can do the half push-up, 10 seconds. And onto the upward facing dog. And as you exhale, back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Coming onto a sitting position, cross-legged. Cross-legged is good. And we're going to do a twist. So if you cross-legged, inhale and lift up. Exhale, bring your left hand over your right knee. And as you inhale, you're lifting up, and as you exhale, you're twisting to your right. Keep lifting up through the crown of your head as you inhale, and keep twisting every time you exhale. And inhale, coming back to center. Notice the extra room you have there on your right side. Then take your right hand over your left knee. Inhale, lift up, and exhale with your other hand. Just place it as far around as possible. And as you exhale, you twist. And as you inhale, you stretch through to the crown of your head. Exhaling, twisting from the waist and the ribs. And inhale, coming back to center. Okay, we'll sit here and meditate for just a few minutes, and then we'll lie down for Shavasana, and you can do that in your own time. So for me, it'll just be a very quick one, but you guys can keep going. So this is obviously an introduction to some yoga, some hatha yoga, some poses that are really good to energize, to relax, and then to wind down as well. So right now we're winding down. So listen to the sound of the water. And just really make your hearing the main sense that you're putting all your attention into. So close your eyes so there's no stimulus coming from your surroundings. You're simply listening to all the sounds that you can hear. If you can hear the sound of the wind, you can hear the sound of the water trickling down, any birds. At your own place, there'll be sounds there coming from different places. Do not resist anything. Just allow it all to be there. Just allow yourself to totally merge with the sound. Imagine as if the sound is coming from inside of you. So allow that sound to completely take over. Fully immerse yourself in the sound. Very good. So now gently lie down on the mat. And palms facing up, shoulders back and down. Allow your feet to just move and relax. Allow the weight of your legs to just melt into the floor. Let the back of your head just feel totally relaxed. And just scan for any tension in your body and just breathe into it and breathe out of it. And if the mosquito gets you, make sure you get in first or second quickly. With each exhalation, just make it longer and longer and longer, and allow yourself to let go and relax and be totally free. And just stay in this position for as long as you like, and when you're ready, you can come out. Slowly, of course. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. It was a really nice, you just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.